So as we get started today, this video is divided into chapters. If you want to skip at any point, just look at the sliding bar underneath the plating window and you can see the chapters to skip ahead. Welcome back to the Crochet Chronicles, my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Moving along in the stitch sampler, we're moving to the next square. So this we have on page number 4, and this is called the cable bands motif. If you would like to change the size of this and use these cables in another format, it's multiples of 5 plus 8. So 5, 5, 5, 5, and when you're satisfied with the width, just add 8 more chains and you will have the balance so that you can master this particular stitch. This is a very easy one. This is actually my favorite square of them all. I love the texture and I think it's a lot of fun. So let's begin, and we're gonna start off with our 5mm size H crochet hook and using whatever yarn that you're using for your stitch sampler. I'm going to be using here Red Heart with Love as my example today, and let's begin with starting with the first chain. So let's begin with the slip knot, and we're going to be chaining 28 today. So, and if you'd like to change the size and make this into something else, it's multiples of 5 plus 8 as I already talked about. So please just chain 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and go all the way to 28. Meet me back here in just a moment. Let's begin row number 1. I need you to go to 4th chain from the hook. So we're gonna count back from the hook. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once you go to the 4th, turn it over and get the back hump and double crochet. And once you get the first back hump, I want you to double crochet along the back hump on each of the chains all the way. The chain will stay turned upside down, so it'll expose the hump facing up. And please just double crochet yourself all the way across for row number 1. I'll meet you at the end of the row in a moment. Once you get all the way across, you will have a total count of 26 double crochets. So if you want to count that, you can. And remember, that kind of information is available in the pattern if you would like it as well. So turn your work and let's do row number 2. Nice easy row. Just chain up 1 and do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches all the way across, starting in your first stitch and then second and so on. And please just single crochet all the way across and you will have 26 single crochets as well. So let's continue. When you come all the way across, you're going to single crochet, and don't forget that turning chain, that's also a stitch. So go right into the stitch or the chain work itself. So don't go into a space, go right into a chain when you go to finish that, and that was row number 2. Let's turn our work and begin row number 3. So row number 3, we're getting ourselves set up for the repeat that will happen. Rows number 4 and 5 are going to be the repeat pattern until the motif is 7 inches tall, and then we'll continue to talk about that when we get there. But let's begin number 3, and we're doing a setup. So you're going to chain a total of 2. This will count as the first half double crochet, so the next stitch is where you want to go. So the next 3 are going to each be a half double crochet. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So on the edges there's a total of 4 half double crochets. So there'll be 4 on this side when you get over to the other side. So following this straight on down, I want you to follow it down. That's the next one. So go over here and we're gonna do a front post treble crochet around this one. So you follow down straight and then just shift over 1 and do a front post treble crochet like that. Okay, and then I want you to do the next one after that. So wrap twice, and then finally the third one, which makes it a lot of fun, is that you're going to go to the one that you went straight down on, and it's that one. So it's the one before the 2 started. So just wrap twice and go around that. So that crosses over. So that's what's creating the cable look. So these 3 count as the 3 stitches that is sitting in front of. So 1, 2, and 3. So then you'll come to the 4th one, which is the beginning again, to start a new section. So you'll do 2 half double crochets in a row. So we'll do 1 and 2 and then begin that all over again. So following it straight on down. Okay. So do you see that these 2 here belong to these 2? So you come into this one and then just shift 1 over. Okay. That's a front post treble, and then you'll do the next one after that. And then you'll do the one that was skipped. so it's before the other two. So that will always cross in the same direction. And those count as the 3 it's sitting in front of, so it's 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, and the 4th one away is your half double crochet. So we have 1 and 2. Let's show that again. So coming straight on down and coming over 1. So these two belong to these two, so you come straight on down and then over 1. See, we're getting our pattern established because it's gonna get easier to see everything once you have all of this laid out already. So you do the 2 and then you cross back over and do the one you skipped. And that counts as the 3 it's sitting in front of. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, half double crochet, and then we come on down and then 1 over. So it only will have 4 braids for the entire square, or 4 cables you can say. To me it looks like braiding. Okay, and then you come back to the one you skipped, and then finally, so those 3, 1, 2, 3, and so the 4th one away is where you're going to start, and you'll only have 4 half double crochets before the edge. So there's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we're gonna turn our work and begin row number 4. So turning our work and doing number 4. So when we go to do number 4, it's always gonna be the same. So when you're on the back side, you can see there's no cabling on the back. So when you do the back, you're just gonna chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, going all the way back across. So just remember, when you're on the back side, you're just single crocheting back like that, and you're using all the stitch work, and that helps stabilize the stitches that crossed over each other. And then when you do number 5, we'll be playing with what we already can see below. Let's begin to do that, and I'll see you at the end of number 4 in a second. When you get across number 4, remember that turning chain is there, that chain 2, that is a stitch in this particular example. So don't miss that. And remember, there's 26 single crochets. So we're gonna turn our work back and go for number 5, and 4 and 5 are the repeats. So let's do number 5. So number 5 is the same thing, but we're gonna see the stitches, so it's labeled differently than it was before. So that's why there's a difference of the instruction. So you'll chain 2, that's your first half double crochet, and so you'll do the next 3 in a row. So it's exactly what you already know. So 1, 2 and 3. So with the chaining in 2 plus these 3, that gives you 4. Now we're gonna cross over again, and what we're going to do is that we're gonna skip the first one here, and we're gonna go to the second one, and we're gonna do the front post treble to that one, and then a front post treble to the next one, and then we're gonna come in and grab the one that we originally skipped. So that makes it all twist up in the cable format, right? Isn't that neat? So that counts as the 3 it's sitting in front of. So 1, 2, 3, and so you'll half double crochet the next 2 in a row. So 1 and 2, and then begin that all over again. So wrapping twice, so you can see the 3, go to the second one and start your front post treble, go to the one after that, and then go to the one you skipped. So you might have to peel it, use your fingers and pop it forward if you don't see it. And that helps you give you your layers. That counts as the 3 it's sitting in front of. So half double crochet the next 2 in a row. Okay, so continue to go. So skip the first one, go to the second, front post treble, and then the next one. And then come into the one you skipped. Okay, and that counts as the 3 it's sitting in front of, so then half double crochet the next 2. Sorry about the dog barking, we're having a fence installed today. So skipping the first one, go to the second. She's all excited. And it's only because somebody's here, not because the fence is going in. Okay, and then go to the one you skipped and then finally that counts as the 3 it's sitting in front of. So 1, 2, 3, and then you will have 4 stitches left over. So there are going to be 4 half double crochets in the end. And that's going to be the end of the repeat pattern. So let's talk about what you need to do in order to finish this, because you now know all the steps involved. So now you're going to repeat rows number 4 and 5 all the way to approximately 7 inches, but at the 7-inch mark you should be getting onto the end of number 4. So it's going to be number 4, which is the single crochet row, is where you need to end. What you have here is that once you have that done of your 7 inches ending on the 4th row, you then are going to begin the edging, which is a separate video, and that's been listed in the video description if you'd like to have access to it, and that will allow you to go around and around and make it fun and fabulous. So this is a nice easy one, and this is the cable braids bands, and I think they're really quite fun, and that's awesome. Have a good day, and we hope to see you again next time, and the next time it'll be the squares and ladders motif, which almost looks like a dragonfly. We'll see you. Bye bye.